£52 million move like this doesn't usually happen quietly, but Paul van Hecke's transfer from Brighton to Tottenham somehow did. No endless transfer saga, no dramatic leaks every day, just a sudden shift that left fans trying to piece together how Spurs pulled it off so fast, and why the defender himself has only now finally spoken about it. Reports suggest Tottenham moved quickly once internal discussions about defensive reinforcements reached a critical point. Van Hecke wasn't just another option on a list, he was viewed as a player who could immediately adapt to a higher intensity system. But what makes this story more interesting is how little noise surrounded it before it actually happened. For a deal of this size, the silence feels almost intentional. Behind the scenes, Roberto De Zerbi's influence is being widely discussed. Having worked with Van Hecke at Brighton, De Zerbi helped shape his tactical awareness and confidence on the ball. That development reportedly made Spurs even more convinced they were signing a defender ready for a bigger stage. But Brighton fans are still asking the same question. Why let him go now, especially after investing so much into his growth? Van Hecke himself finally addressed the move, calling it a big step in his career. He admitted there were a lot of calls during the final stages, but also made it clear he wasn't involved in every detail of the process. While international duty with the Netherlands continued, the transfer talks were happening around him, adding an unusual layer of distance to such a life-changing decision. Even in his words, there's a sense that this wasn't a simple goodbye. He also reflected on his time at Brighton with pride, crediting the club for boosting his confidence and helping shape him into the player he is today. But the impact of this transfer goes beyond just two clubs. Reports suggest that NAC Breda and VV Goes, two of his former clubs, will also benefit financially thanks to a sell-on clause, turning this move into a win for multiple levels of his football journey. At Tottenham, though, expectations are completely different. This isn't just about development anymore. It's about delivering immediately in a system that demands consistency and composure under pressure. With competition for places already intense, questions are already being asked about whether he arrives as a starter or a long-term project. And with negotiations happening quietly while he was focused on the World Cup setup, the timing adds another layer of intrigue. Deals like this don't stay quiet unless every side wants control over the narrative. Now, Van Hecke steps into one of the most demanding environments in English football, carrying both a big price tag and even bigger expectations. Because this transfer isn't just about what Tottenham have signed today, it's about what they believe he can become tomorrow.